Welcome back to another weekly Forexcast. It's covering some pairs that's on my watch list for this week. All right, starting with GU. All right, we can see here on the weekly that GU has been in a downtrend from this top, right? Big impulsive sell-off and then lower highs and lower lows form to the downside. All right, so now to end last week, we had a bigger correction to the upside. All right. And we can see now I was looking for potential sell opportunities within this level. All right. I was looking for price actually to come back, possibly retest around there, something like this, and then sell off. But you can see here on the daily, price had a close break above that structure. That could be a validating any sell setups for right now. But looking at the daily, we still do see downtrend structure, right? We got a lower high here, lower high here, right? So price could be just pulling up, forming another lower high to continue to the downside. Now, this is something that I would look at. Now, this could be a false breakout, and we could see price still just sell off from here. But what I'm leaning towards for this week is I'm leaning towards price possibly pulling back just to continue to the downside. All right. Continue to the upside. So something like this, price probably could pull back, but I think it looks like we could get another wave to the upside. All right. Now, if price was to come down, all right, and actually give you a sharp break of this structure, then I would look for those pullback opportunities for the continuation down. GN. So looking at GBPNZD, this actually was a nice setup here for us. We caught this in VIP. It's a nice sell-off. So if we look at this on a weekly, price had a strong, sharp impulsive sell-off from this high, strong breakdown, breaking our trend line as well. And then we just had a corrective move here of structure, correction. And now we're seeing price giving us a continuation down. So here on the weekly, price formed this bearish engulfing. All right, it's going to open, it's going to close like that once market open. And then if we see here on the daily, all right, all price was doing was it had a strong break and it came back and retested previous structure support, where it also had to break out in the past, retest, bearish flag, continuation. All right, so we had this sharp impulsive close on the daily, and now price is at this level of structure or demand here, this minor level here. All right, so we could possibly see price pull back some. I'm still bearish on this. I believe based off the weekly, I believe we will get this bigger move to the downside around this structure, around 1.92 to 1.198, like roughly around in that level. All right, but here on the 4 hour to daily, we could possibly see some type of correction happen first. So this is what I would look at. If I was looking for a pullback opportunity for the continuation, this is what I would like to see. So here, trend line here. All right, this is actually when we had this breakdown of structure. On this pullback, I was anticipating continued sales. That's what we got. All right, so now if price was to pull back before continuing, I would look for price to correct somewhere around here. All right, somewhere around structure here. Right, you could take a trend line from this high to this lower high. All right, so somewhere here, I would like to see, if I was catching this, a retest somewhere within structure here. All right, somewhere up here, and then catch that continued move down. All right, but on the next wave, I will look for price to actually break either that correction and then catch the continuation down, or if price was to break the structure, all right, look for a pullback, maybe a retest, and catch the continued wave to the downside. All right, so that's GN. GJ, so all across the board, right, from GJ to EJ, all JPY pairs, JPY has been weak all across the board, and we could see that playing out. So if we look here on the monthly, price is forming the strong bullish engulfing on the monthly. This candle right now is engulfing off the last 4 months of these candles, the last 4 months. All right, really the last 5 months, because it's even surpassing this candle here. Okay, so it's breaking above this major level of supply, which this was the high that was made around January, February 2018. So This is the highest GJ has been in over 3 years. All right, almost 4 years. Okay, so it's looking like it's heading towards this level. And this level, this is where price had this big sell-off in Brexit in 2016. I remember when that happened. So we're heading towards that level. All right. So for me, I'm more of a trend continuation trader. I would still look to trade in line with what we see on the charts. So you can see, ideally, the next point that price could pull back to and retest. Always look to the left and go right. This is a major level of supply. This is the level that it broke. All right. So seeing price come down and retest somewhere around there will be ideal before we get the continuation move to the upside. Okay. So another way you can look at it, you can also take your trend line, ascending trend line here. All right, and let price correct. Once price correct, somewhere correction around here, look for price to find support, look to catch that continuation move up. All right, so that's one level that I would look for. Now, if price was to break through there and keep falling, then that means it wants to give us a bigger correction, right, before it actually gives us the continuation to the upside. Okay, so if it was to break through there and come down lower, then that's why I have this next level of structure. Also, this ascending trend line here, where you can see price possibly give us a bounce from there. All right. So all we got to do is just react to what price action is giving us. But ideally, it might not pull back much more than this before that next level of structure, previous level of structure, before continuing down. All right. So GBPCAD. Really, if we look at GBPCAD here, we're into a major level of demand right here, right? Strong level of demand. So price is bouncing. It ended last week bouncing from this level of demand here. All right, strong rejection here. So I'm still leaning towards potential buys from this level, but you can see where price reacted from. It reacted from this previous structure here. All right, looking to the left, this formed a level of demand where it had a big pump. So that's where price rejected from here, bounced from this level of demand, starting to reject from there. But I'm still believe on a pullback, we could get a continuation move to the upside. So right here, I would say let price correct. All right, on this correction, we could either see price pull back 50, anywhere from 50 to 61.8%. All right, or price could still give us probably form like a double bottom down here before continuing to the upside. All right, but overall, I believe on this on GBPCAD, we'll get a correction and then another continuation up. All right, now looking at EURGBP. So EURGBP broke this level of structure. If we look at this on a daily, price broke this level of structure. Looking to the left, this was a strong level of demand here. All right, when price had a big move up, it found demand here as well, had a big move up. Now what price is doing, we got a daily break of this structure, all right here. So with that, I will be looking for continued sales. And this is going along with the pound strength that we seen come in as well. Now look to the left, this will be our next level of demand that we could be heading towards. All right. So simple as this, I would look for a retest of structure or a bearish flag before catching that continuation down. So we get a retest, something like that, and I would look for that continued move down. So really just a textbook level. You see right here, anywhere from 1.8455, 1.845 to 1.846 area. These are levels I would look for price to continue to the downside. All right, so USDCAD. You look at UCAD on the daily. Price had a strong break of this structure right here to the left, this demand structure. All right. So now I would just say continue to ride this wave to the downside that it's been giving us. Look for a correction, bearish flag, or even a retest of this level. And then I'll say look to catch that continuation move to the downside. Gold. So gold had a strong rejection, right? On the daily. Strong rejection at the same level of structure. Strong bearish engulfing, evening star type rejection. Okay, so now after seeing the daily rejection like that, also here on the weekly, strong wick rejection. All right, I will look for some type of pullback, but for one, I will expect price to give us some type of continued move to the downside. So it's either price wants to pull back first, give us a pullback or retest the structure and then continue, or allow price to continue to break down, catch those pullback opportunities to continue to wave to the downside. All right, so EURJPY. If we look at EJ, this also, just like all the other pairs, continue this move to the upside with the JPY weakness. All right, so now we're roughly around this level of supply structure. All right, so it's sitting at this level, the same thing as GJ on a monthly. We got this bullish engulfing, strong bullish engulfing forming as a sign that the bulls are definitely in control. All right, but the level that we at right now, it's a level where we could possibly see some type of correction. Now I wouldn't chase that because people probably was expecting corrections up here, but it just kept pumping because JPY weakness was just overtaking it. So you would need to see some type of shift here to look for correction. All right, opportunity. So I'll take like a trend line here. All right, and if price was to give a breakdown here, a sharp breakdown here, then I would look for some type of pullback opportunity and give us that corrective move to the downside. Because based off the daily and the weekly, if this was a sharp sell-off from this level, giving us a correction, it could very much come way back down towards structure down here before continuing that wave to the upside. All right, because judging off the weekly, the monthly, that could be just a correction of that before continuing up. Okay, overall still bullish, but if you're looking for a counter trend or a corrective move, this can be an opportunity if we get a sharp breakdown, catch the pullback for the continuation down before the continued buys. EURCAD. So EURCAD is at this level of buyers. It's at the strong demand level where price had a big pump in the past. So this is the demand level that it made in about February 2020. All right. So to end last week, price actually did pump from this level, forming this double bottom and had a rejection up. All right. Now price is pulling down. So I do like for price to respect this level a bit. So if we can, on this pull down, this pullback, hold above this level, start to form bullish price action, I would like to look for buy opportunities to the upside. All right. To get us a bigger corrective move up. Now, based off the monthly, the weekly, once price breaks this level, then yeah, we can look to continue to ride the wave down, catch a pullback, maybe a retest, and continue that to the downside. USDCHF. So if we look at this structure that it's at, look to the left. All right, it was supply structure over here. Nice sell-offs. It became resistance structure here to the downside. So right here, we had a breakdown of structure. Formed the head and shoulders. All right here on the right shoulder, we formed a bearish engulfing on the daily, signifying sellers being in control, breaking below structure, and price continued to break down. Continue to break down. All right. So within that, right now, price is just retesting. All right, this was our breakout. And this is the retest. So within this, I believe this is just a retest for the continuation to the downside. All right, so look for this retest here to continue to give you a move down. Now, price could still pull back a little bit first, one more time, but overall, I believe this is just based off of structure. This is continuing to the downside. All right, so those are the pairs I have on my watch list. I will be keeping you all up to date. All right. If you're in the private Discord, be on the lookout for some live sessions. Also, I will give you guys the trades that I look to take. And also join the free Telegram if you're somebody just looking for analysis and, you know, updates that I could send out to you. Check in with that. But if you want to tap in with us at the private community, go to the fxwave.com and, you know, you'll get some education as well as opportunity to take some of the trades so you can be in a position to earn while you learn. All right. So I'll see you all in the next one.